Okay, this is Rubicon here again. Renato's gone home, and thank you for your patience if you're watching the video. I'm going to post this one first if I can. There was a lot of mistakes made by me that Renato was gracious enough to allow me to go back, redo some movement, redo magic, redo shooting that I forgot in various phases of the game. This is only, maybe the third battle report that I videotaped. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but 3,000 points is a lot to handle when you're only playing maybe 4 or 5 games a year. But just to go over the army list again, I have a unit of shades, a unit of harpies. I think I ended up with 21 crossbowmen with the full command, even though I don't have the models. I had 2 more units of 5 harpies. And they were pretty effective with redirecting units. Not sure if I entirely used everything properly, but it worked real good. And of course, the MVP of the game is the Corsairs with the Frenzy Banner. And of course, they got the extra hand weapon. The Frenzy Banner gives them 3 attacks in the front rank, plus the extra attack by the Cauldron, giving them 4 across the front, and then however many supporting. And with the Mind Razor for the win, the MVP with the Corsairs, as well as the level 4 mage. The cast the Mind Razor on them was an awesome combo that completely eradicated his BSB's unit and the dogs that were next to them, which I'm not sure exactly how this would have worked. The second round of combat with the dogs, but the first round of combat with the ghouls and Renato's BSB's unit that charged in. So I deleted that unit, and I'm thinking it's the first round of combat with them, so they would have been able to overrun. But more about that in a minute. Then I had level 1 fire mage with the fireball. I had my Dreadlord on a Pegasus, even though it's a witch elf model. I just kind of like the model. So she had the Sword of Anti-Heroes and the Pendant of Calith and the Crown of Command. And it was a really nice combo. Went right in there and fought his main character. And I guess the guy has 4 wounds. I did 3 to him. Almost killed him in the first round. Stuck around for a while. And of course, in Renato's magic phase with the vampire counts, he can regrow wounds lost on units within 12. So he was casting spells and then regrowing his own wounds. So by the time his next phase was over, he was back up to full wounds again, and I wouldn't have been able to do it, which brings me back to the Corsairs, but we will come back to that in a minute. I did run 3 units of 2 units of 10 shades, and 1 unit had 9. They were pretty effective at doing nothing. I tried to shoot up that black coach. I did not get the spell off that would lower its toughness. But I'm thinking should have been able to pick off more wounds than that. Of course, we have the Cauldron of Blood, and that was effective, giving the Corsairs an extra attack. I had the bunker at the back, and that was pretty nice. I had the Black Guard that didn't do anything, but were poised with the champion that can take the magic item Crimson Death. They were poised to go into his Crypt Ghouls and Banshee. So with 3 attacks re-rolling, strength 6, plus combat res, I think I would have been able to pop them. I had 3 Witch Dart units. I used all the same models with a little pyramid next to each one of them. 1 unit had they all have hags as a champion. The 1 unit had the poison that makes you 1 strength higher than your opponent's toughness. Another one had the hag had the item that gave her die 3 extra attacks. And then, just for fun, the last one had the Cry of War, I think, cause fear on the turn that they charge. Really didn't do a whole lot, but it was fun. I was going to snipe some characters, but he kept them behind all of his units as he should. Anyways, okay, back to this. Thanks again if you watched, if you made it through the whole battle report. I appreciate it. And that was the army that I used, 3,000 points. I think next game, probably going to tone it down to 2,000 points. I'm not sure exactly what I would get rid of, because I feel like I need it all. So the question was, not question, but something we observed. I had my general here, and he had his unit of his general. I think they were just regular skeletons. Anyways, this is going to represent his general's unit, and these ogres here are going to represent his skeletons. So it kind of looked a little bit like this. And I'm putting them right here in front of the Corsairs for a reason. Let's see. So, okay. So the Corsairs beat the dogs and beat his BSB's unit of ghouls. And you can see that if it was on the first turn of combat with the ghouls, would have been able to overrun. And I just would have clipped that ogre, which was actually a skeleton. So after looking through the rules, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think I read it right, that on an overrun, if you're going to make it into contact with another unit, you would treat that as a charge. So I think in the old edition, it would say you overrun straight, and you would hit this ogre and clip him horrendously right there in the front. But if I'm reading the rules right on overrunning and then pursuit after combat, that I am really in the flank of this ogre that's representing skeletons. So if I'm reading this right, I'm going to bring in the Corsairs, they're going to overrun, they're going to hit, and because I'm in the flank, I would go into the flank of this thing as part of my overrun. So that's how I read it. Didn't come to that, but if we had more time, that's pretty much how it would have went down. His general and mine were locked into combat. I had the Crown of Stubborn. I wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't wounding me, but with the Corsairs beating his BSB and the dogs, and then overrunning, I would have hit this unit of skeletons and went right into the flank, and whether they're mind razored or not, I would have had 40, 60 attacks, hitting on 3s with reroll, and then wounding on 4s. I think I would have popped that unit along with his general, which would have left him with 2 units of zombies, a 40 plus strong, 1 level 2 necromancer, the black coach that was off in the corner, and bat swarms, and just a bunch of bats. And I think with the Blackguard and Crimson Death going into the Crypt Ghouls, that's pretty much all I would have had. I think if we would have played it out, oh no, that's right, he had the what are those new things, not the Terror Geist, but the new big huge ghouls on a 40 millimeter basis. He had 3 of them sitting back here on his back right table, and his coach was up there. Those could have been a problem, but again, after I popped this unit here, I would have just reformed these guys and welcomed them coming in to the front of the Corsairs there. So I like the list. I think it was fun. I think it was fun playing with witch hags in those dark units and trying to get some cheap assassination kills. So again, if you stayed with the whole video, I appreciate it, and I promise you I'll try to get better at this, and we're going to reduce the point costs of the armies probably by 1,000. Like I said, we'll go down to 2,000 points and try to make a faster battle report with less rule looking uppy things. So again, thank you very much. I'm going to try to post these tonight, and put this one first as my disclaimer. Thanks again for watching. Bye.